Morning guys, so today we are going to be making a video on how to put down garden plots to plant food in. The tools you're going to need include a pickaxe or shovel, which are usually found in the industrial areas and buildings. So you've got the shovel and you've got the pickaxe, either will do. A selection of seeds, either pumpkin seeds or zucchini seeds, as they really give you the best stats on your food and drink. You're not going to need, but it might be good to have either plant material or garden lime for the fertilizer. And lastly but not least, you are going to need a jerry can full of water, or if we go over here, a barrel. Now a jerry can and barrels are both found in industrial or warehouse buildings. Packets of seeds can be found in greenhouses, or if you can find the fruit growing naturally, you can cut the seeds out, which we will demonstrate later. So firstly, the plot. So if you take your shovel, and I'm going to do both a shovel and a pickaxe here guys. If you take your shovel and go to your flat grass area, you can hold down the RT button to place the plot, like so. And as you can see, the shadow goes white when you find a place that you can place it down to. So I will demonstrate what happens if you can't place it in that area. As you can see, the shadow stays grey. But we're going to go over to this bit over here, and we're going to do exactly the same with the pickaxe. Now as you can see, it takes exactly the same amount of time and it gives you exactly the same result. Now some people may ask, well, where do these plots come from? It is purely you digging out the ground, so you don't have to find anything like a garden plot or wood to put the garden plot in. It is purely a pickaxe and a shovel and a flat piece of ground. Right. So the next step is planting your seeds. So if you take your pumpkin seeds from your inventory to your hand by pressing A on the seed for Xbox, or whatever button contributes to A on whatever console or computer you're playing on, and then you find the hole just in the plot there, you press RT to plant the seed, and then you go ahead and you plant all the seeds that you want to plant to be able to get the volume of fruit or vegetables that you want. Now we're only going to plant one, like so. And this concludes the planting part of the process, as you can see. And the next step is to get your jerry can full of water, and we're going to do the jerry can bit first. And you're going to hold RT on your plot, and as you can see, it's now gone a darker colour with a stick sticking out of the ground. That indicates that it's watered and your plant will grow. I'm just going to go on, and you can walk on your plot, that's fine. I'm just going to go and water our entire plot so that you can see that it's even across the entire plot. And some people may be asking right now, well, what happens if I don't have a jerry can full of water, or I've got a jerry can full of gasoline but I can't get the water out? So if you look at the floor with your jerry can and you hold the RT button, you can pour the water or gasoline out of the jerry can. Now if you've got gasoline, you empty that jerry can out and you go over to your water barrel, which has been collecting water for you as you placed it outside your base, and you literally just fill up the jerry can from the barrel by holding RT over the barrel when it's got water in it. Now to be able to collect water from a barrel, your best bet is to put the barrel outside your base with the lid open, and that will collect the rainwater that you want to use for your plant patches. So as we do that, we're filling up the jerry can, as you can see. Now we don't need to fill it up too much because this is just a tutorial. And we'll put that down by the plant patch that we've used. Now the next step in the garden process is the fertiliser. Now you don't have to do this bit is just a nicety, and you add the fertiliser by holding RT over your garden patch. And you can use garden plant parts or green lime, which you find in industrial buildings or farming buildings. Now I haven't found any green lime, so I'm just using garden parts, which you get by pulling out a plant that you've already harvested. And that will enable the plant that you're trying to grow in the plot to grow a little bit quicker and to be more fertile. As you can see, guys, the plants are starting to pop out of the ground. Now if you give that 5 to 10 minutes, that plant will be fully formed and you can harvest whatever seeds you've put in there. Now the last thing that I'm going to touch on, guys, is once you've done this and you've made it so that your plants are growing, remember to always put all of your tools and equipment either back in your inventory or back in your base. And the reason we do that is because anything left on the ground will despawn and you won't be able to use it again. Like that hatchet. So as you can see here, guys, this is one that we did earlier, and as I was suggesting, once your patch has formed, if you hold the X button and harvest, you then get 2 pumpkins from each harvest. And then if you pull out the pumpkin patch, like I suggested, you then get plant material. As you can see, plant material has been returned to my inventory. And this is the simplest form of fertiliser. So if we go back over to our patch that we did a minute ago, as you can see, these plants are growing fairly quickly, and once they've got fruit on them, you can then harvest them. And that, guys and girls, is a small tutorial on how to make plant pots and fertilise and water those plant pots. Thank you for watching, and as always, guys, if you like this guide, click the like button, the subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on. Goodbye for now.